Don Dillard with Dillard Philosophy here. In this video, I'd like to draw your attention to something I saw in the news recently. In particular, I'd like to draw your attention to this incident at a hospital where this nurse was arrested. I'm not going to say a whole lot about the video. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to provide some information from an article I read which provides a nice summary of it.
The disturbing video comes from the inside of an emergency room, and the woman screaming, a burn unit nurse who is being arrested by a Salt Lake City police officer.
Please, sir, no. Then walk.
The incident, captured by police and hospital cameras, happened in July. But now the district attorney says he wants a criminal investigation.
If she doesn't, Salt Lake City Police.
University of Utah nurse Alex Wubbles says she was just doing her job, following hospital protocol by refusing to let police take a blood sample from an unconscious patient.
Is this patient under arrest?
Nope.
Wubbles says Detective Jeff Payne demanded a blood sample from a car crash victim who was in a coma and severely burned. His truck smashed by a car racing from police, according to local media. Wubbles calmly explains the policy for obtaining blood.
The three things that allow us to do that are if you have an electronic warrant, patient consent, or patient under arrest. And neither of those things, the patient can't consent.
She even gets her supervisor on the phone, who backs her up. The tension only escalates.
She's the one that has told me no.
Yeah, but sir, you're making a huge mistake right now. You're making a huge mistake because you're threatening and burning.
Okay. No, we're done. We're done. You're under arrest. We're going. We're done.
Salt Lake City's police chief apologized and said what happened was unacceptable.
I was alarmed by what I saw in the video. I want to be very clear. We take this very seriously.
For now, Wubbles isn't filing a lawsuit.
I feel very strongly in giving people the benefit of the doubt. And I truly believe that he was honest in his apology and sincere in his willingness to try and make change and make things better.
Police released Wubbles without charges that day after she sat in the police car for 20 minutes. Detective Payne said in a written report that his watch commander advised him to arrest the nurse for interfering with a police investigation. Payne and another officer now on administrative leave as internal investigators look into this startling incident. Dan Simon, CNN, Salt Lake City.
Here's that article by Amy Forliti of the LA Times, which I think does a fairly good job of summarizing the incident. Amy writes that the police body camera video released Thursday shows Salt Lake City Detective Jeff Payne handcuffing nurse Alex Wubbles on July 6 after she refused to allow blood to be drawn from an unconscious patient after a car crash. And here it seems that Payne's justification for wanting the blood sample is that he wanted to show that the patient did nothing wrong. The nurse refused, and as a consequence, she was arrested. Legally speaking, it seems the issue concerns implied consent, and there doesn't seem to be any good grounds for making that particular claim. So it seems to me that the issue here isn't about implied consent. Rather, it seems to me that it's about obedience to authority, and maybe the conditions under which we ought to disobey it. I'm interested to know what you guys think about this. I think it's a pretty fascinating issue. Take care.